The American job market isn't just slowing down, it's witnessing a structural collapse in the places we shop every day. The retail apocalypse isn't just continuing in 2025, it is accelerating into a full blown extinction event. In just the last 6 months, over 4,000 storefronts have gone dark, leaving millions of square feet of empty concrete where thriving businesses once stood. We aren't just talking about struggling mom and pop shops. We are talking about the titans of American commerce. Historic brands that survived wars and recessions are now crumbling under the weight of theft, inflation, and a consumer base that is simply broke. What you are about to see is the dismantling of the American high street. Number 10 is Best Buy. Once the playground for tech enthusiasts, Best Buy is entering 2025 fighting for its life. The company announced the closure of 45 underperforming locations this year, but insiders warn this is just the first wave. The problem isn't just Amazon, it's the showroom effect. Customers walk in, test a $2,000 TV, and then buy it online for less while standing in the aisle. But the real killer is the shrink, corporate speak for rampant theft. With high value inventory becoming impossible to ensure in certain cities, Best Buy is retreating from urban centers, leaving massive empty boxes in its wake. For the 3,000 employees affected, many earning $60,000 to $80,000 as floor managers and Geek Squad agents, the message is clear. The era of big box tech is ending. Number 9 is Gap Inc. The brand that defined American casual wear for decades is unraveling. Gap Inc. Care, which also owns Banana Republic, is slashing its physical footprint by another 30% in 2025. The middle class, Gap's entire customer base, has evaporated. Families paying 20% more for groceries and rent simply don't have $60 to spend on a hoodie. The company is pivoting aggressively to e-commerce, but for the store associates and regional managers who spent years climbing the ladder, the digital pivot means unemployment. These closures are erasing the mall job as a viable career path for thousands. Number 8 is Walgreens, and this one is perhaps the most alarming. When a pharmacy, a place people need for survival, starts closing 1,200 locations, you know the economy is broken. Walgreens cites challenging reimbursement models and shifting consumer behavior. Translation? They are losing money on prescriptions and losing merchandise to theft. In 2025, they are shuttering flagship stores in cities like San Francisco, Chicago, and New York, creating pharmacy deserts where the elderly have nowhere to go. Pharmacists earning $140,000 and technicians earning $45,000 are being let go in mass waves, replaced by centralized mail order automation facilities. Number 7 is Foot Locker. For decades, it was the king of the American mall. If you wanted Jordans, you went to Foot Locker. But in 2025, the sneaker bubble has officially burst. Foot Locker is shutting down 400 locations in a desperate attempt to save a dying business model. Nike, their biggest partner, has pulled back its stock to sell directly online, leaving Foot Locker with empty shelves and second-tier merchandise. Meanwhile, the hype economy is dead. Kids who once lined up for $200 sneakers are now struggling to afford lunch. With discretionary spending collapsing, Foot Locker's revenue is in free fall, ending the careers of thousands of managers and district leads. Number 6 is Big Lots. If you want to see what a true retail death spiral looks like, look here. The discount furniture and home goods chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and is now closing hundreds of stores across the country. Big Lots relied on selling overstock furniture to the lower middle class, but in 2025, the housing market is frozen. People aren't moving, so they aren't buying cheap sofas. Add the tightening of consumer credit, and their core customer simply cannot get approved to buy even a $400 couch. The company is liquidating assets to pay creditors, leaving thousands of logistics workers and floor staff with nowhere to go. Number 5 is Family Dollar, and this is where the economic reality becomes terrifying. Family Dollar is supposed to be the safety net, the place you go when you can't afford Walmart. But when the safety net breaks, society is in trouble. Parent company Dollar Tree is closing nearly 1,000 Family Dollar locations. Inflation has hit the poor the hardest, and their customers have simply run out of money. The chain was also hit with a record $41 million fine for rat-infested warehouses, a scandal that destroyed consumer trust. But the real reason for the closures is theft. Margins at dollar stores are razor thin. When theft rises even slightly, the store becomes unprofitable, and corporate solution is not to fix the neighborhood, it's to abandon it. These closures create food deserts where the only place to buy groceries is a gas station. Number 4 is Macy's. The anchor store is dead. Macy's, the brand that practically invented the American holiday shopping experience, is closing 150 stores by 2026 as part of its Bold New Chapter strategy, corporate code for shrinking to survive. Macy's is fighting a war on two fronts: dying malls and overwhelming real estate costs. The company is pivoting to smaller luxury concepts, effectively abandoning the middle class to chase wealthy shoppers. This shift eliminates thousands of unionized jobs and mid-level management roles that once paid solid salaries. And when Macy's leaves a mall, it triggers co-tenancy clauses that allow other stores to leave too. When Macy's dies, the entire mall can die with it. Number 3 is Rite Aid. While other companies talk about restructuring, Rite Aid is facing total extinction. After filing for Chapter 11 to deal with billions in opioid lawsuits and overwhelming debt, the chain has shut hundreds of stores, and analysts warn that total liquidation may be next. This isn't just a business collapse, it's a healthcare crisis. Rite Aid's downfall is forcing millions of prescriptions to transfer to already overloaded Walgreens and CVS systems. The causes are brutal: lawsuit liabilities, shrinking reimbursement rates, and organized retail crime that made operating in some cities impossible. Communities that relied on Rite Aid for decades are now left without a local pharmacy. Number 2 is 7-Eleven. You might assume a convenience store is recession-proof, but 2025 proved otherwise. The company's Japanese parent shocked the market by announcing the closure of 444 North American locations. The cause? A $5 bag of chips. Inflation has pushed convenience snack prices so high that people simply stopped buying them. Cigarette sales have collapsed. Attempts to pivot into fresh food flopped. When people skip a $3 coffee because they need that money for rent, 7-Eleven's margins evaporate. These closures hit low-income neighborhoods hardest, removing one of the few 24-hour safe spaces available. And finally, number 1, Target. For years, Target was the invincible retailer, the upscale alternative to Walmart. But in 2025, even the red bullseye is bleeding. Target quietly announced the closure of nearly 30 locations in major metro areas, something unthinkable just a few years ago. The cause is a brutal mix of organized retail crime and collapsing discretionary spending. Shoppers still buy milk and eggs, but they ignore the home decor and clothing that actually bring in profit. Target is also replacing thousands of back-office jobs with AI-driven logistics systems. Closing these stores rips the anchor out of entire shopping centers, often dooming the surrounding businesses. When Target starts falling, it signals that even the strongest players cannot escape this economic winter. The landscape of America is changing. These aren't just stores closing, they are communities hollowing out. If you want to survive the economic shift of 2025, you need to be prepared. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.